So guys, in this crazy video, I'm going to be talking about the brand called as Javi Coffee, all right? And we'll be going through the full funnel approach of pretty much what Javi does and what Javi really implements in their full funnel, all the way from their digital ads and taking you all the way to the end of the funnel, which is their upsells, cross sells, and things on the back end, right? They are abandoned cart checkouts, their sequences, and things like that, right? So, guys, let's just dive into this 8-figure case study of Javi. All right. So, guys, firstly, we see that on the intro page, right? You can see very clearly they are literally talking of Javi coffee, right? And they're talking of how the product is going viral, right? So, very clearly, you can see this coffee is about to go viral, right? Most of the 8-figure brands and most of the big brands out there, especially in the performance marketing space and even in the direct response sort of space, right? They really focus on two things, right? They focus on FOMO and they focus on social proof, right? These two drivers are the biggest drivers of sales when it comes to really scaling your ads and really scaling your funnel to bring in people who haven't heard or seen the brand before, right? So you see very clearly that on the top of funnel on their ads, which are literally prospecting, you can see that they're calling out a very specific audience in terms of this coffee is about to go viral, right? So anyone who's interested in coffee is going to pay attention, right? On the headline, you can see that they literally said, I ditched my coffee pod addiction for this, right? So obviously, if the ad is in the perspective of the customer, right? And the customer is literally saying, I ditched my coffee pod addiction for this, right? You can also see that it's being run from probably a whitelisted influencer page, right? And that makes it all the more conversion friendly because it's almost as if the influencer is promoting the product organically, right? Also, it's written like loved by 200K plus people. So all of this is designed to pretty much bring in more FOMO and more social proof to the brand, right? So very clearly you can see that the brand is implementing that. Then, firstly, once the person is interested and they click on the listicle, right? They reach this listicle, which is literally talking about the article and the reasons why someone should make the purchase, right? So obviously they're pre-selling customers into the reasoning as to why you need to purchase their products, right? They're not selling you the products, but they're selling you the reasons and the solutions of the problems that the ideal avatar, the ideal customer avatar has with other brands in this segment and in this niche, right? So they are not telling you buy Javi. They are saying these are the reasons why our coffee is better, right? And they're selling you on the solutions first and 10 reasons why health obsessed people love this coffee concentrate, right? So everyone who's health obsessed is going to definitely love the brand, right? And especially with so many new age brands coming up and the whole narrative in the past 10, 15 years in the full e-commerce, e-commerce online and offline space has been about health obsession and going to the gym and pretty much focusing on a positive diet and focusing on a healthy lifestyle. It's been super blown out, right? And that's the reason why many of these brands, many brands are actually focusing on this kind of narrative, right? So, guys, when we look at their listicle, you can see very clearly that they are actually talking of the healthier coffee alternative, right? So, Javi coffee allows you to recreate your coffee drink with less, right? And they're obviously going to have a big listicle. So, there's obviously minimum a 3 to 5 minute read, right? And obviously, everyone who is going to read for 3 to 5 minutes is 100% qualified, right, for the offer. Now, even after the full listicle, they are not telling people to buy it at the full rate, right? They're obviously just still telling people try it out, free Javi with your order, and they're giving you a very good offer and a good bundle to try out, right? They're also telling you there's 23,000 people who have already tried their products, right? Now, when we go into, let's say, their retargeting funnel, right? Many people wouldn't purchase on the first go and they would most likely click out of the website, right? And they wouldn't even go to the offer page, right? So let's say you get retargeted and you enter their funnel again. So obviously, again, in the initial ads, they pretty much had a heavy focus on FOMO. On the retargeting ads, their heavy focus is social proof, right? So it's pretty much product with the luxury background. There are free gifts. So it's calling out that ideal audience of even free gifts, people who love offers, people who love bundles, deals, that kind of audience, along with a bunch of social proof, right? And the focus again is on social proof, creating trust to the prospect to click and to purchase from the brand, right? So this is a very, very big focus. Now, let's say the customer does click, they end up going to the offer page, right? Now, even the offer page is very much talking about upsells, increasing the order value, increasing the customer lifetime value, things like that, right? There's a bunch of upsells, there's a Easter sale going on, right? And you can see this is literally what they do, right? The fastest, easiest, and most convenient coffee, right? Most of the big brands have understood that in the offer equation, they need to really focus on faster shipping. They really need to focus on better quality, a better quality of product for the end customer, right? And they literally focus on these three elements literally always, right? Fastest, easiest, convenience, right? These are literally things that they focus on because it's not about being the most tastiest coffee brand because a customer will only experience the taste once they make the purchase, right? But to make the initial purchase, you need to highlight that you're literally the fastest, the easiest, and the most convenient for the customer, right? Once obviously the customer tries it out, they're going to fall in love with it because you've obviously put effort into building a good, really good product, right? So pretty much they're obviously highlighting the best deal, the deal with the highest average order value, which is going to be favorable for you and going to be favorable for the customer because they've purchased a big quantity, right? Now, obviously, they're also adding in a bunch of free gifts so that it entices the customer to make that purchase and not to slack off, right? And obviously, again, free shipping, super important. 30 days money back guarantee, right? Usually, I recommend starting off with a 14 to a 15-day money back guarantee. And as you get pretty much diving into the market, as you start making more sales and you're growing your revenue, you can get a gist of the market and how many customers are satisfied with your products, how many are not, and based on that, adjust your money back guarantee. All right. So that would be the offer page. Now, if you're coming back to increasing AOV, super, super important. Javi does this perfectly, right? As we just discussed. So there's a 4 bottle option. There's also a 1 bottle option, right? And they're obviously enticing you with the fact that if you purchase more, you get more free gifts, right? It's almost like gamifying the purchase process, right? Bump up AOV, offer 3 free gifts when the prospect goes for the highest AOV bundle offer, right? More free gifts for someone who purchases more, right? Now, also they're adding in the mystery gift, right? I've seen a couple of jewelry brands in US and Australia who are implementing the mystery gift kind of formula, wherein a customer almost increases their order value because they're going to be getting a mystery gift, right? And mystery gift plays with that part of our psychology and our humanly instinct of gambling, right? Because you're literally gambling on literally the psychosis or the psychology of the customer, right? They don't know what they're going to get and they're going to be curious to wait for the parcel or to wait for the delivery from your brand, right? And it's going to probably hit them a couple of times in the day until they receive your product on what are they going to get, right? And right, so you can literally shock them or amaze them with what you could implement in that mystery gift, right? It could be another bottle, it could be potentially a product that the customers would need after they purchase your hero product, right? It could even be like clothing, it could be so many different things, right? As long as it really surprises them and catches them over the moon, you're going to be in a really, really good position, because it's going to obviously lead to organic customers talking about your brand on social media, making videos about it, tagging your brand, and you get to use all that content for UGC and even for even more social proof, right? Now, even after the customers click this page, they obviously go to the next page, right? Pop up with product selection. So this would be the checkout page. And on the checkout page, they're literally again bumping up AOV. AOV is super, super important, guys. So bumping up AOV would again be super important. That's what they're doing. They're literally saying 17K bottles purchased in the past 4 weeks. Super, super enticing with social proof, right? So usually again with the checkout page, you're either bringing in social proof or FOMO. These are the two things you again focus on in a branded format, not in a very dropshipping kind of format, right? And once you do that, you have a bunch of upsells. And when we move into checking out finally, you would obviously present the options to check out faster through these three methods. And if not, then the customer would go into purchasing through a normal method, right? Now, let's say they purchase, right? Let's say they don't purchase, you would send them potentially these kinds of emails, right? Abandon checkout, mail one, mail two, right? And yeah, so again, Natalie in this case would be pretty much a team member or a person of high authority within the brand, and probably either someone who's a brand image, or the person who's the brand ambassador would be creating this kind of video, and obviously not going to be customized for every single customer. You could do it through AI and things, but usually brands, they would either do it through a one-time recording, so they would just pretty much record it once and have it in their sequence to send it out to customers who haven't made the purchase, right? So this would be pretty much the second email, right? And right, so pretty much this is what it also includes, right? Personalized message. So I'm thinking that since it's a personalized message, it's definitely going to be some sort of AI tool that they have implemented on the back end, and it doesn't cost a bunch, right? It could cost maybe even 10 cents to edit the customer's name and also have a customer's name said in the video, right? It can be completely customized with AI nowadays. There's so many APIs that can actually do this for you. And once the customer sees that, not many customers know that AI is being implemented in this way in e-commerce, so it's going to help your brand stand out. You have a personalized message there. You can also implement like a personalized custom domain for this kind of thing to be implemented. All the people who have abandoned checkouts, you could have something like this set up. The customer clicks redeem offer, they finally go back to the checkout, make the purchase. Once they make the purchase, they would be coming onto a order confirmation page. On the order confirmation page, obviously standard details, right? And usually at this stage, I recommend either building a community or having a bunch of upsell emails being sent out to the customer, wherein they are literally being upsold into similar products, or cross sold into similar products, wherein they could actually increase their customer lifetime value with your brand, right? So, guys, that was pretty much the full case study of Javi Coffee. And I'm really excited for you guys to check this out and let me know your thoughts down below or on Instagram. Pretty active on Instagram, all right? So, guys, cheers. Have a good rest of your day.